Happy Tuesday. What's
Hi,
that?
how are you? I know.
What?
Last
Wow.
week we promised everybody that I would be in Chicago. It was a lie.
It,
That's the best I can say. It was a lie.
it's
Or
like
at least
what?
the
Watching.
the world said not today. Not today. You're gonna have to broadcast again from your home studio. So, Kris, how are
That's.
you?
I am doing actually much better than you are. Like it. Spring may be around the corner, but not in northern New York by any
No.
means.
Not
Um,
even close. Not even close. And this is I mean, I kind of touched on this before. This is travel karma for Nicole. If there's going to be a snowstorm or anything crazy, it's always going to happen when I'm traveling. So here we are.
well, it's okay
Yeah.
because we still get to hang out on Tuesdays with all of our friends like Chance and Tara, Derek, and the man of the day, Mr. Sean Fenner.
Mr. Sean Fenner. Guess what? You're in our breaking news, but we're going to say it right now. Let's all wish a big happy birthday to Sean Fenner, who is celebrating a milestone birthday today, but also is joining us tonight on Transworld Live.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here. Kris,
Wow.
I cannot believe it. We are on the road to MHC.
We are.
We are like weeks away at this point. Kris, do you want to tell them how close we actually are?
We are. Since we are under 100 days now, we have to have that like daily counter. So we are down to 86 days until MHC kicks off on June 8th. So
yes. Oh my gosh. So all right. So spring may be springing for some people. I had a friend in Arkansas that was like, "We've already got flowers." Well, we've got a ton of snow here in upstate New York, and as I said before, I'm supposed to be flying out. Fingers crossed, I'll be able to fly out tomorrow to Chicago, and at the latest Thursday, we'll have to see how Mother Nature treats us these next couple of days. However, you know what Friday is?
I know what Friday is.
Friday is St. Patrick's Day.
Friday St. Patrick.
So many. I know. There's actually a really cool mode of celebration happening. Kris, tell us about the events because you usually are on the up and up with these.
Well, I appreciate that, and there's actually a couple dozen events throughout the country. We've been getting a few more submissions. People have been talking about little things that they're going to be doing on Friday, on St. Patrick's Day, and on Saturday the 18th, which is pretty awesome. Two of the ones that we've really been talking about because those people have submitted some extra information. One, of course, is in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area in Plano. And we actually have the creative minds behind that with us later. So we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. So stay tuned. And then our friends at Disturbia Haunted House, part of the Basement of the Dead family. They're going to be all weekend in Friday, the 17th, Saturday, the 18th in Downers Grove, Illinois for their St. Patrick's Day event. And you can check them out. And maybe if things cooperate, maybe you'll see Nicole and I there. Maybe. Don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see. Kris.
Yes.
So I just got to tell you something.
Okay. I'm up.
And I can't believe it.
We can share this among friends. That's great.
Yeah, we can. It's also Pie Day.
It is Pie Day. It is.
Did you eat pizza pie? Did you have a slice of pie? Did you celebrate Pie Day in any other way? So
Baker Square was a huge chain around here for a while. I don't know about every different part of the country. And I know, unfortunately, so many of them have closed in our area. But on Pie Day, you were able to go get a free piece of pie. And that did not happen today. So I am feeling unfulfilled. How about you?
So I did not do any of it. I actually made my kids do math. That's what I made them do. I made them do math.
That's just as good. And I wanted it was funny because I'm thinking of things, to like talk with you about tonight. And I was like, oh, we should ask our guests how many like decimal points they can count. And I'm like, that's silly. They can Google and just like put the whole thing on there, exactly.
Right.
We can't do that, but.
All right. So, but how are you catching up? How was your daylight savings time? My kids may or may not have gone to school late the next day.
Oh.
So mine didn't go well.
No, it feels like the biggest jet lag. And I
Yeah.
think it's funny, the more and more that all of us are so busy and working, like you kind of don't miss it. And then all of a sudden it's like daylight out when you're, just thinking about dinner and like,
Yeah, like even tonight, it's usually pitch black here
yeah.
when we do our show.
Oh,
And we were eating dinner, and I'm kind of like going along, and then my flight gets canceled, and like all this other stuff starts to happen. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm texting Kris, I'm like, I'll be
yeah.
there. I promise.
No, 100%, 100%. But it's that season, I know unfortunately in northern New York right now, you guys are still getting slammed by snow, but the weather's
Yes.
a little nicer here. We have Pi Day and St. Patrick's Day and bagpipes and the NCAA tournament, and spring is coming.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I'm sad. I am a huge Syracuse University fan.
oh,
So sad day, sad week for us. Our head
yes.
coach of forever is retiring. But you know what though? With spring comes all new things. And speaking of new
Right.
things, we cannot forget to give a big, huge congratulations to our friend Blake from Toxic FX and his wife Sybil on the birth of their baby girl.
Yes.
We're huge fans of Toxic FX, and they do
Yes.
such great work. I'm a huge fan. I don't know where my stuff is. Oh, it's behind me here. All my booze, my pumpkin, everything. Yes. So I know when we talked to him before, he was like any day, and then at Transworld, he's like any day. Well, that day came not too long ago, and so very, very good.
And everybody is happy and healthy, and those
Yes.
guys are just the best. They're great to us, and we love them so much. So happy that their family is expanding.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Kris,
Now,
I'm gonna let you do the next news.
I,
'Cause I
well,
feel
that's kind of where I wanted to lead in too, because
yeah.
like some of us do major things in this industry and get like some really awesome exposure. And there's this wonderful, wonderful like rumor that maybe our mutual friend Paul Lanner, who runs Hunters Against Hate, might have told us that maybe potentially here there might be some exposure in Times Square in New York, this little place that they celebrate like New Year's Eve and then nothing else the whole year, right? I mean, that's all about it. But it sounds like maybe something that you're in might be featured in Times Square.
Well, it's up to the fans, Kris. It's up to the fans. It's up.
We have the best fans.
Are they going to vote it? Are they not? Yeah, I don't know if you've heard about this. So yes, our awesome friend Paul Lanner from Hunters Against Hate, his book, Volume 9, Sisterhood of Haunters, has the potential to be up on a billboard. And I don't know if you guys know this, but yours truly is in the book. And I don't know if Robert was able to.
Yeah, there we go. Robert for the win.
Yeah. So my picture, of course, I had to stuff all of my Q crew in with me. Actually, not all of them made it into the picture, but that's okay. And we are so excited. So we've been helping to push this, put it all over, and you can vote every single day until March 19th. So let's make it happen. Robert's going to throw a link up there for you guys to start voting and start bookmarking. And remember, people, like this is our industry. Could you imagine all of these fantastic women that are celebrated in the Hunters Against Hate book being able to be featured in New York City? Now, I cannot confirm nor deny that if this happens, I will be getting a selfie in front of said billboard. And I think that Kris should come and join me for that.
Sold. Absolutely, yes. I mean, that's a huge, as you just said, this is huge for women. It's huge for our industry. It's huge for Nicole. It's huge for Paul. Hunters Against Hate. Everybody, that's a whole part of this. So to vote for Nicole for this entire initiative, where's the best place they can go?
So it's blurb.com/upinlights. And it's really cool because right now the haunt industry has shown up. And as of earlier today, it was #1. So like, let's make it happen, guys. I'm telling you, if this happens, we are planning a trip to New York City. I'm going to go. I'm going to invite you all. We will go to Carmine's for dinner. We will take selfies in front of it, and there will be shenanigans. It'll be amazing. I know. So
we need this. We
let's see
need
what
this.
happens.
Do we know of
I
it?
know.
Do we know of a deadline by any chance?
I have no idea. I
okay.
feel like I should have.
No, that's okay.
Somebody text Paul and ask him.
We'll just keep voting. We'll have answers for you.
Yes.
What a cool opportunity.
Yes.
Oh,
awesome. I know.
Very cool. Well, we always love to give the industry as much exposure as possible because it's the best family anywhere.
Kris, anything new with you? Anything fun?
So much fun stuff. Obviously, the MHC work is always continuing. And for those that want to know, there are going to be some very, very important breaking news items here over the next few weeks. Nothing major that we're going to release right at this exact moment because Nicole, if Mother Nature allows her to come, will come hang out. We will finalize some stuff and then bring you all the breaking news very, very shortly. So our nights of little sleep, you'll see why very soon.
Very, very soon. But wait, there is so much more all the way around. Kris, let's tell them all about the calendar for MHC. I know that, we've been talking about it the last couple of days. We are on the road to MHC. Yep. There's a lot happening, but tell us, is there a pre-show?
There's 100% a pre-show. So we are 86 days away from that pre-show.
Oh my gosh.
Which is Thursday, June 8th, and it's going to leave right from the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont. As we've said before, it's a stone's throw from O'Hare. And certainly it shouldn't be snowing in June. That might be a real problem if it is.
I know. That would be awful if it is.
But we are going to be leaving from the convention center very early in the morning because we are going to Detroit to hang out with 3 of the most name-worthy haunted attractions in the entire country. Of course, we're going to start with Hush. We're going to go to Eloise, and we're going to end with Erebus. So very, very exciting about that. And then that whole tour is sponsored by our friends at Fearworm. So we want to give credit to them for being a huge, huge part to make that possible. Nicole, but on Friday,
there's more.
There's always more. Do you want to know what we're doing on Friday?
Yes, I do.
Well, besides hanging out with the best people in the entire world, we are going to the Old Joliet Haunted Prison, an incredible haunted attraction show by the 13th Floor Entertainment Group, right on the grounds of the Old Joliet Prison, a real correctional facility. And this haunted house, there's no fake walls. Like, there are real cells, and we get to go through them. It's awesome.
Kris, I just have to stop you. After last week's episode, if you guys didn't watch last week's episode, definitely go back and watch it. But after last week, I may or may not have had a couple of very realistic, vivid dreams of actually being locked in a cell. And in those cells, there was birds. And I've now decided that the Old Joliet Prison, along with birds, may be my biggest fear at this point. So,
okay.
So yeah, just throwing it out there. So I'm going to need you to protect me when we go.
We got you. We got you. And I think Paul's going to help us too. It's good to see Paul on. Obviously, we want to keep pushing.
Paul, we were just talking about
this.
Paul,
Yes.
Help us tell the people when the billboard would be up, because we're already planning on winning. We're already planning a group.
And the victory party.
To see it. I've already said to people we'll go to dinner. Fill us in the comments when you can, and we'll push it later as well. All right. Sorry about that.
No.
Joliet Prison, Friday night.
Nicole's nightmares. Be a part of this, as Nicole.
Derek, don't even joke.
Derek is totally going to make this happen. We need you, buddy. Come watch Nicole run from the darkness and from birds and whatever else at the moment that Derek's going to have cooked up in this wonderful, wonderful, maniacal place. It is going to happen on Friday evening. We are going to drive you from the convention center all the way to the prison. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have a Q&A. We're going to have an entire party with some beverages and some opportunity to talk to all the ownership and creative forces behind 13th Floor Entertainment Group. Go see this incredible attraction, see this real prison, cheer Nicole on, and have a good time. And of course, the tour is sponsored by our friends at Ticket Spice. So we want to thank them. Now, Nicole, maybe you're not, keen on buses, and you just want to kind of have that freedom to drive yourself. Should we allow
I may know a girl that did that before.
Yeah.
And it is. There's an ease of convenience from it. It's not as fun, especially if you have children with you like I did. So I'm opting to leave them home for the tour part now. So just saying, there's options.
Options. But do you think there's going to be an option then? Because we want to make sure everybody gets what they want. That people are going to be able to drive themselves if they don't want to take part of all of this awesome bus fun.
Yes, there is. And that way you can get to and from at your leisure. Obviously there'll be time schedules, that type of stuff that's going to be announced beforehand. So make sure that you're watching not only us, but the website for updates. And Kimberlina, are the food trucks included in the price, or should we bring money? You should bring money for the food trucks. Yeah. In the price, there's going to be 2 drinks as well as snacks that are going to be included. But then you get your pick of whatever you want to eat and however much you want to eat. And you just go ahead and pay for that yourselves. And yes, there is plenty of parking.
Free.
Derek, you are absolutely correct. And that is free. And that is right there. And it's right next to the prison, which is very convenient. You don't have to walk around a block or anything.
No, you literally park right in the shadow of the prison. I mean, it's just this omnibus building is just, it's awesome. Can't wait to do this. There's only one place to get tickets, and that is MidwestHauntersConvention.com.
Yes. Kris. Now, big announcement. If you didn't hear last week, we are taking a vote we're taking suggestions to put on a list for the MHC tribute store. And that winner is going to be announced next week. There is a current list going that it's got some pretty great names.
Yeah.
And it keeps growing. So make sure that you're getting those suggestions in to either myself or Kris, Kris, or Nicole, Nicole, at haashow.com. And if you guys haven't gotten your tickets or booked your hotels or any of your things needed for MHC, make sure that you do that very soon. Things are actually heating up so much so that we have to have a large discussion tonight about this pre-show bus tour.
We really do. And just so happens that, we've kind of been touching on a little bit of our bus captain, a little bit of battle. I'm not going to call it a war yet, but there's been some stuff said over the last week. And so we figured we got to invite everybody on to, wow, Nicole, that's so awesome. We got to thank Froggy's Later for sponsoring bus number 1. That's so cool of them.
I know. I'm really pumped about it. I'm really pumped. Yeah, I've got some really fun things happening tonight. So, Hunters Against Hate is up to 494 and in the lead by 30 votes. Okay, so
Troy,
earlier,
thank you.
Thank you, Troy, that we did get a report that Paul already committed to bus number 1 with
Paul. Thanks, Paul.
Is in the comments saying to come to bus number 2, but we know that Paul wants to be on bus number 1.
We got you, brother. We got you.
So I guess we could let the other people on to eventually talk about this, Kris.
We do.
Well,
before
we bring them on, I just want to show you some of the items that have been modified just for bus number 1. So this at one point was a nice little flask. And proud to be a Granny approved bus number 1.
Wow. That's Granny is really, it's just great that she's embracing us so much.
So Paul, jump on bus number 1. Even Granny says,
Yeah. This is wonderful. Well, if you have no idea what we're talking about, and we hope that you watch all of our shows, let us play a quick promo so you know what we're talking about. Of course, we are focusing on the MHC pre-convention bus tour on Thursday. We'll be going to Hush. We'll be going to Eloise. We'll be going to Erebus. And unfortunately, Cody Bailey had a last-minute emergency, so he's not going to be with us tonight to talk about Hush. But what we can tell you is, of course, they are 40,000 square feet of entertainment, 3 different haunted attractions, 3 different bars. It'll be a full tour, not a free tour, a full tour.
I was like, wait.
Sorry.
Breaking news, Chris's last day.
That's it. It's been so much fun. But if you could take over and play this, because it gives me goosebumps.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Look at all those lemons. I just feel like that is such a zesty
Yes!
trailer all the way around.
Yes.
Oh my God. Chris, are you retiring after this? You know, like usually people do like really epic things before they retire. I just want to like be sure you're not going anywhere after organizing this tour.
Heck, I am. Just wait. This is only the beginning. Like, we are going to make it bigger and crazier, and we need the best people in the world to help escort all of these amazing, creative, fun-loving people that are going to be on this tour. So what do you think about bringing out maybe some bus captains?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, we're here.
Who we got?
I figure, you know what, since bus 1 gets we already know bus 1 is sold out, and they get the most exposure, of course.
Yeah.
So let's start with bus 3. Of course, our dear friends from Dallas, Fort Worth, in beautiful Plano. Of course, we are talking about Alan and Shannon Hops. Hi, guys.
Whoa.
Hey.
Howdy.
I just need to tell you in advance that the only thing that I did for you guys, because I do love you so much, and I think everybody that watches knows, I just did a little quick, like Froggy's Fogs likes number 1 over number 3. That's the only cannon fodder I may have. I'm just warning you now.
Trash talk is lovely and it has its place, but I prefer quality content.
Okay.
And
See,
that's what we get on bus 3.
No, for sure. I just want to go on the record right now. If I was not already assigned to bus number 1, I would be on bus number 3. I'm sorry. I would, because I feel like the nuggets of knowledge and the information and the fun level is going to be top notch. I really do. So
Tater has a habit of always calling the bus that I'm on the knitting bus.
Knitting bus.
That's what Tater calls it, because I'm not known for my huge party stuff. I'm known for haunt talk, and I'm going to have some haunt talk on the bus, you know?
Well, and sometimes that is the most valuable thing that can happen on a tour, really. Yeah. So, you know, again, if I get kicked off of bus number 1, I'm just saying, if you can leave room in the cargo hold for me, I'd appreciate it.
I had the chance to join both of you on bus number 3 for a leg of the tour last year, and it was a ton of fun. Like, you guys have a great bus, great group of people, and it is way informative. Like, to Alan and Shannon's credit, like, you guys are not only entertainers, but giving lots of information, talking about different ideas, reflecting on the shows that you've just seen. What a cool experience to do with the both of you.
I think that if you think about what is magic about MHC and Transworld, and when we all get to gather together, it's what I remember the most. It's always just sitting and talking haunted house, you know. And if we're all on the bus together, and we can, you know, talk about the haunts that just come up, and have a good conversation about things that we're going to see and things that we just saw, and, you know, what are the big takeaways from the show that we just got, and, you know, is there anything that you're incorporating in your show, like, right away, you know? Because every idea that you see can be twisted and changed in order to support whatever you have in your imagination.
I'm excited because you'll have 3 different canvases to discuss that are different age backgrounds, have been in the industry for different varying amounts of time and completely different shows. So you'll get 3 diverse.
I've never seen any of these shows.
I was just going to ask that question. Have you actually seen any of these shows before?
I follow all of these shows on social media, and they're doing awesome stuff. I can't wait to see them. I've taught beside Erebus before at shows, so I have a bit of a good insight as far as what they're going to do at that show, but I haven't seen it in person. And I think, I'm really excited. I'm not a huge, high excite level person, but I'm actually very excited about this tour because these are shows I haven't seen. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're completely different shows, right? Just like any other shows, but they have a much different take on the industry. I feel like, at least just from the trailers, because I've never seen the shows either. And we talked to we haven't talked to Cody yet, but most of the guys last week or 2 weeks ago. And it just seems like we've got a lot to learn and a lot to explore and a lot to look
previously, at. Vendors couldn't go.
Right.
Because you didn't get back in time.
Which
we
yes.
did tours.
Yeah.
So credit to Jen and Rich for helping the schedule so that you can come. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for you guys taking your knitting show on the road. This is really great.
Oh,
our knitting show is awesome, Nicole.
Oh,
Nicole,
I'm just kidding.
feel free to say whatever you want to say about Bus 3 to make yourself feel better about not being there.
No, I'm not lying. I'm all of a sudden going to sneak on because I do want to talk all about it. I have a feeling after Erebus, they're going to be like, we're missing one person. And I'm going to be like, Kris, I'm already snuggled in. I've already got my yarn. I'm ready to go.
Well, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Counting noses.
No.
Yeah, right.
I know. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No. That's okay.
No, I was going to ask. We haven't gotten a chance to talk to you guys since Transworld. A lot happened at Transworld. We'll get to that in a minute. But how was your Transworld as a whole? And this is your first Transworld as owners, right?
Yes. Now, we were very fresh owners because we just bought on the 1st. January 1st is when we purchased Dark Hour. So we were very fresh owners when Transworld rolled around. So it was a little bit weird because I did all of my Transworld prep here at this shop, knowing that producing all the orders that we got was going to happen at Dark Hour. So we were a little bit split. As soon as we got back, we kind of moved this shop to there. But Transworld went really well for us. There was a lot of surprise things that kind of happened. We had some surprises that happened at Transworld that I wasn't prepared for, but they were a joy. Transworld's always amazing. And this year we brought a little bit of a bigger crew because we had more staff because of the Dark Hour merger. So it's a different year for us, but it's like this year was base camp and now we're climbing the mountain because we have the supply chain and we have everything ready for that.
So now when you talk about new crew, kind of all new, how does it feel from that side of the industry, right? Like how does it differ? And what I mean for this is the comparison for individuals that are part of a hunt, but once, they kind of dream of owning their own show at some point. How does that look for you? Or the contrast, I guess.
So we have owned a small haunt before, but I've always owned like a parasite haunt. That was while I was directing the big show, we owned the other one, and a lot of that haunt's work fell to Shannon. Shannon, what do you feel is different between Dark Hour and Trail of Terror that we did and other stuff?
Well, first off, it was really surreal. We were talking about being fresh owners at Transworld. We had a lot of people who were coming up saying, "Oh, congratulations!" and I had to stop for a second. Oh, thank you, because we still forgot. And Nicole, you actually told me, she said, "You need to come to my classes," and I actually was laughing about that because the truth is that there wasn't time to do that because it happened all so fast. I very much want to take classes, but back to that. the difference between this show and owning Dark Hour and our trail that we had, and we had it for 13, 14 years. Besides the fact that it's just a different attraction to the fact that it's all indoors. We had an outdoor trail. That outdoor trail was, of course, like all outdoor trails, is you're prisoner to the elements.
Yep.
And it was smaller, but I think one of the biggest things about this is that we're bringing past experience with us on this. And there's a level of comfort that comes with that, because we didn't actually expect for this offer to come our way, and we did not expect for us to end up being haunt owners again. And when it happened, that's one of the reasons why it was kind of a whirlwind that we couldn't talk about. So we're talking about, this secret baby we're carrying is huge, and we couldn't say anything because we weren't sure how things were going to work. But we're bringing experience with us this time, and there's a lot of comfort that comes with that, because we learned so much when we owned the Trail of Terror in Texas, and you pull from that experience again, and you feel like you do a better job. Because of what you know, it's like riding a bike. You do jump right back into a lot of routines and habits.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you keep the good ones. Keep those good routines and habits. And there's a lot of times we look at each other and go, Lord, here we go again. Are you kidding me? And then, we're going to do it again. But here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and we applaud you because you have built such an incredible team. We've gotten a chance to meet so many of them, and now many of them are starting to educate others during the seminar tracks.
Yeah, we're proud of our people.
Which it's just wonderful how you have this incredible, I'm going to call it a farm system, but just this family of people supporting you.
I have a style of the way that I do things, in that I want to do new things and I want to learn. And I think the best way to learn material is to teach it. It really is, because in order to teach it, you have to understand it from a couple different angles. Right. And so that's something that I do encourage all of our people at Dark Hour to do. And, I've kind of laid down tracks a little bit. And then I very much want them to, go do their own thing. I don't think working at someone else's haunted house, normally, if someone has the dream to have their own, then you let them do that, and you give them all the tools, and you benefit as much as you can from them. The people that I have right now are amazing, and they're not going to be mine forever. But it's my job, while I have them, give them whatever knowledge I have. So when they go out, they are just better and amazing.
You got to nurture them. Nurture them hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you are industry legends. Patrick Kennedy put it in the chat. Many others have as well.
Yes.
But bravo. Bravo.
Yeah. Now, one of the burning questions is, so is Dark Hour going to get all the new ideas and props, or is Stiltbeast just going to sell them?
So one of the things that I wanted to do with Stiltbeast from the get-go is to have a line. And you kind of saw that, like, this year was the first year I really got to do that, of there's a line. It's all kind of in a plant theme. It's all fungus and plants and all those, and insects, and all those work together as the line. And that's something that I really want to do. And I'm going to be doing more of that in the future. Here is where I get the chance to do something amazing. So the Dark Hour's backstory is a coven of 13 witches. When I want to change the show each year, I kill a witch, and I bring in a new witch, and that percentage of the show that witch has control over is my new stuff. Ooh. I can make the Stiltbeast line the year before the new stuff at Dark Hour. So then I'm taking very few vendors take product to the show that has been tested. Like, a lot of times as a vendor, we're finishing it like a week before we take it to the show.
Yeah.
And everything that I bring to Transworld will have done a haunt season, and we have edited it and changed it to make it work the best. And also for some haunts out there, there's an advantage of, I've already made media images for you with these characters.
Yeah.
You can use, media images and things that will, if you're buying a big character at Transworld, it's not a bad idea to have some great images of it all ready to go. because production time being what they are, you want to shoot your media in, May and June to have it ready. And then a suit might always be able to get to you. But if you already have the images from the purchase at Transworld, I just think there's some advantages to that there's a real relationship that Stiltbeast as a haunt vendor supplier can have with Dark Hour as a testing ground. It's always been a testing ground, but now even more so.
Awesome.
So kind of hinted around in some of the comments, but question for you. When it comes to doing both Transworld and MHC, should we expect to see the same things, some of the same things, newer things? How do you normally do that as a vendor?
It is a completely different audience.
Okay.
The Transworld audience and the MHC, there are some of the same people. It doesn't mean it's the same audience.
Right.
And they're just looking for different things. It has taken me a while to feel out the MHC audience. And frankly, what I'm able to do this year, because of how it lays out, I should be just finishing up Transworld production by the time it's time for MHC. So getting stuff there, that's always been a balance,
Yeah.
This year you have a little bit more spread than in most years. But it's the difference of your audience. If you know that audience and that market, the Chicago market, they have a style. They have a flair of their own. And if you can delve into social media and look at what they are doing, because as far as vocality and a voice, that Chicago area, it's huge on social media with everything that they're doing and the actors who post frequently. And they're really setting a tone for, in some ways, actors kind of across the country, but they're really setting a tone. When MHC was in Columbus, there was kind of a Columbus feel that disseminated out because of all the actors that the owners and whoever went there saw there. I think Columbus is part of the reason for the rise of the clowns, because they were really prevalent in that market. And then from there, more so than at Transworld, they really disseminated out into more haunts and gained a lot of support. But it's a different market. And if you know that market, if you see what they like and what they are looking for, and it's not about my product will make, it's not my product that's going to make you look good. I want you to make my product look good, because what you should do is highlight their characters with stuff, not try to cover them up, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. It totally makes sense. Absolutely.
Very much so. When we were talking just before the show, we had mentioned, Shannon, I have to give her full credit, and said normally we would be in St. Louis right now getting ready during a normal year, for Transworld. So it just feels weird.
Yeah, it does feel weird.
It's St. Patrick's, kind of area, and we are here hanging out, which is great.
Well, Transworld opened on St. Patrick's Day last year. That was the day. That was Thursday. That was the night of the day that the show floor opened. So I'm always accustomed to finding right around St. Patrick's Day, we're doing a show and then we're loading a trailer and heading to St. Louis. So St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and I'm as confused as I can be. I don't know what are we? Shouldn't we be packing? And we're not packing. So
yeah, it feels like almost like an emptiness, right? Like this time of year, it's usually like
off
full
balance.
of stress. Yeah. For sure. Off balance is a great phrase for it. All the way around.
I'm like.
Now, okay, so speaking of St. Patrick's Day, speaking of your event, I want to just quickly backtrack to a time when I kidnapped Alan and a couple of other folks and put them into a room at Transworld, and we haven't kind of had a chance to kind of talk about this experience. I know Sean Fenner's in here. Shout out to Sean for helping with that event as well. And I took you and I took one of my business partners, Jono, and I think Marty Parker, and pretty much anybody that I could think of is in town at this moment that has like 25 minutes to help try to solve this crazy problem. And if you weren't at Transworld, what had happened was we had a show that canceled on us at the very last minute. We had a whole bunch of folks in St. Louis, and weather was not the greatest. And it was a Friday night. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to entertain them. So, Alan, I want you to tell us a little bit about that experience and how that went down for you. And then also, what came of it for you?
So we had finished setting up our booth. This was Wednesday evening, and we were, as a group, walking out of the show, out of the building, in order to go to Walmart and get those last little things, that you need for the booth that you'll touch up in the morning. We were on our way, and I get a frantic phone call, and I said, I can't go to Walmart. They need me somewhere else. So,
but yeah, Tater was there too.
Sorry. Yeah. You guys know what you're doing, and you have the list at Walmart, and I'll see you when you get back. And then I went upstairs to the room where there were a bunch of people kind of sitting in a circle and talking, and they were trying to figure out what happened. I figured, I learned what had happened, that a large event that sold a lot of tickets had to cancel, and we had to come up with a replacement. And you had some amazing minds there, and there were some aspects where I saw that I could help, and there were some aspects where I knew that I was no good, and you had amazing brains for that. And I think that the event that we produced, considering the time that we had, was remarkable.
Yes.
For an event organized, really top end a day and a half, but in actuality, maybe 10 hours.
Yeah. No, it was like, and I don't know, I joke, I'm like, we're going to write a movie about this at some point where you just like kidnap all of the entertainment, like Illuminati, and throw you guys all in a room, and you're like, what's the new best thing? And very much like people have reached out since that and been like, Nicole, I need to know, how you guys did this or how you did that. And I very much am like, so it's not rocket science, I promise you. And don't be intimidated. And it's a trial and error thing to do for you. And essentially what it was is a interactive, high stakes game, right? There was a lot of gamification that went down to it, but there was also a lot of really cool elements of creatures and beasts, and that just got your blood pumping all the way around. And I think that I laughed and screamed in that setting more times than I had in probably over a year, which says a lot, because I did go to the Chicago tours last year of a lot of these haunts, and it was crazy. And I know that you couldn't be there for it because, again, just like us all, I couldn't be there for the meeting of locking you guys all in. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I gotta go because this fire over here is burning brighter than this one. So you're in good hands.
That's it.
We actually had a couple of our actors, or we had about 4 or 5 of our booth people who are also our actors. And so they put the show together, and then I had to grab him, and we had to go to another social event. So we're there and we're talking and also such. And towards the end of the social event, I see 2 of our actors who still clearly have a bit of the smudge on their face come in, and I just stopped breathing, thinking, did it go well? Because you have no idea. Did it go well? Right. Did they like it? How did it go? And they come up to me and they're just trembling. They were so excited. He goes, that was the most amazing thing we've ever done. And I was like, oh, God. So thankful. So, oh, thank goodness that went well. So, you don't know.
And to talk about what came about with it, some of the concepts from there, and this isn't just because I'm Alan, anybody can take this away.
Yeah, exactly.
I took some things away from that event, and they have greatly influenced our event coming up this Friday night, Leprechaun Lights Out. One of the things that we were discussing for the event, it's like, well, what if we could turn off the lights for part of it, and there was a nighttime and a daytime and different activities? So that's what happened at the event that we did there. And I thought, well, it would be really cool to put those night and day cycles into a show. And I've been experimenting with interactive haunting, quite a bit lately. And so this show, Leprechaun Lights Out, I don't want to take up too much time, but I think we're doing some really cool stuff where there's daytime. And in the daytime, there are leprechauns who are around, but the veil between worlds is still there. And everybody hears you have to catch a leprechaun to get their pot of gold. you have to catch their attention to get a pot of gold because
Oh.
they're in that
Ooh.
fog between worlds, so you don't quite see each other. And so they can see you, but they don't really know that you're there because they're in their world and you're in theirs. So in order to catch a leprechaun's attention, you have to do a little jig for them, a little dance, or you
I
have to tell
love
them a
it.
joke. And if
I like
you do that and they find your dance or your joke worthy, the leprechaun will give you a gold coin. In the daytime, also, there are red caps running around. Red caps are like evil fairies from Ireland and Scotland. And the reason why they're called red caps is because they dip their hats in the blood of the people that they kill. So
I love
always
that.
red
Yeah.
and always wet. But they're around in the daytime too. But then you can get some nice moments because in the daytime, their senses are dimmer because of that veil between worlds. So if you move slow and are quiet, you can just sneak by them and they won't notice you. So you get some cool moments of they can smell you, but they can't quite see you. So, that's another chance for an interactiveness of you have this red cap who's like sniffing around the group of people, but he can't quite pinpoint them, But if they're trying to get a leprechaun's attention when a red cap is around, of course, he'll see that and then he can kill him by putting a sticker on him that says you got capped.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's daytime. And then, so there are, I think it's 2 minutes of daytime and our whole house is on DMX.
Okay.
So there is a harsh change from this nice, peaceful daytime music that's kind of fairy-like. And then it goes hard change, nighttime happens. The leprechauns hide. The red caps then go into murder mode where they can see better and kill you better. And we have banshees who are stalking at night. The banshees are this. It's a kind of a unique costume where the mask is actually up on a baseball hat out in front of you.
Okay.
So, and they have LED eyes. So in the daytime, you might walk right by a banshee, but they're dormant. So they'll be up against the wall with their a switch, and their eyes are turned off, and they're looking down. But then nighttime comes, boom, eyes come on, and then this weirdly shaped creature because they have this neck and this head that's a little bit different. And so the banshees can also kill you with stickers too. So the banshees, no benefit to them. They just kill you during the nighttime. But when you go through the show, it's two really different experiences that you're having, where you're trying to, get a gold coin from a leprechaun, not get noticed by the red caps. So there's an element of sneak to it, like a lot of survival horror has, where you can sneak by red caps and in the daytime banshees. But I can only imagine the scenario of sneaking by a banshee in the daytime when it's dormant, and then night hits right then. Like building tension is something you have to have changes to build tension. And a lot of times haunted houses hit the same note over and over because we want the whole show to be exciting. But this daytime, nighttime, I think it'll be different. I think it's going to be a fun, different thing.
It sounds brilliant.
If you got a gold coin from a leprechaun, and if you are not killed, then near the end of the show, you get inspected before you leave to see if you got killed, to see if there's a sticker on you, and you'll get a gold coin pin that we had made up. I love that. A bucket of gold pin. So you get the pin if you survived.
Oh my gosh, guys! Oh, wow!
I know, and all these comments and stuff are coming through.
Wow!
And people are commenting. I did do a YouTube video on how I made the banshees. So if you want to see that, it's on the Stiltbeast Studios channel. It was last week's YouTube Wednesday. So.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just quickly say to Awoken Nightmare, if you ever did want to see a walkthrough of Dark Hour, Alan and his crew actually took us last fall through Dark Hour and showed us a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff, and it was epic, and it was a really great show, and I think it ended up being about 2 hours.
It was great.
So you can find that either on our Facebook page or it is on our YouTube page as well, right here on Transworld Live for that.
And we only got through like half the house. That's what was so
I know.
Holy cow.
All these people talking about they want to come see a Dark Hour show. Yes,
Wow.
Me too.
Me
And I'm
same.
literally sitting here going, Kris, is there a possibility we could leave Chicago and on
Why
Friday
not?
together,
Yes.
go and see Alan's show and then make it back? And then maybe I'd have to extend my trip and then we can go see Disturbia. I don't know.
Let's do this.
This weekend. I know. And
Let's-
it's only, is it one night only, guys?
One night
It's
only.
it's one night only. It is
Okay.
St. Patrick's night. So
All
For-
right. And now, go ahead.
Oh,
No, Kris.
for those that are interested in buying tickets, maybe learning a little bit more, the website is darkhourhauntedhouse.com, right?
yep.
That's it.
But honestly, our social media is going to have, well, the website is the bare bones, but our social media, well, you look at Dark Hour Facebook or Instagram, and it's going to have a lot of the info on the special shows.
Oh my
I love
gosh. Well, you may see Nicole and I there for sure.
You better tell us. You better.
We might be a
let us know.
banshee. I know. Oh no, I know.
You better let us know.
We will. Now, do you guys have any other special events coming up
Yeah.
before Halloween?
Not yes,
yes.
but
Yeah,
in
so
all
watch
honesty,
your pages.
one of the things that we have done here at Stiltbeast quite a bit is classes. We did Monster Camp where people come and learn how to make masks. Now that we're at the Dark Hour facility, I've got a bigger facility. I've gotten more room. I have more room for students and different classes. I also have the talent of everybody there, so we can offer technical courses. And we're really moving to do all types of classes for theatrical arts, especially heavy on haunted attractions, because that's of course my background. But we'll be doing all kinds of classes, mask making classes. We have stilt walking and airbrushing and sliding classes. We'll be doing set painting classes down the road. We have all kinds.
Beta test our icon character.
Yeah, and we're doing a beta test this week actually of an icon character class where a haunted house can come and we'll talk through their backstory. And while they're there in that 3 days, we will build an icon character costume for them. And then the last day that we're there, we'll go in the haunt and we'll shoot it. So again, then you have your icon character made for you to do stuff with, but you also already have video and photos of that character that we were able to do because we have a bevy of sets at Dark Hour that are available for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool offerings. Very, very, very cool. As you guys get prepared for MHC, and we know that your talents are definitely going to be shared once we start talking about some seminars. We're really, really excited. We had heard that you guys are actually going to be sponsoring a part of the Chicago Haunt Builders Breakfast on Saturday morning.
Yes. Because I want to get up early for a breakfast after a Friday haunt tour that comes in at in the morning. That's exactly what maybe we'll roll in right from the haunt tour and then just go to the breakfast.
We're just gonna stay.
I love it.
I like how you're thinking.
But no, Chicago has a really strong home haunt
community.
Yeah, I was thinking like coalition, union, but yeah, it's a community where they really help each other. And that's with the Stiltbeast videos and YouTube Wednesday that I've been doing, or YouTube whenever, as Tater has called it. They don't always come out on Wednesday. I try, but they don't always make Wednesday. It's about sharing information. It's about what have I learned because of my perspective, and then I can teach you something like a technique. And because you have a different perspective and a different background, you're going to add things to it. And whatever I teach people, I might teach people 10 tips on how to make something. Well, each one, because of their background, has a tip that I didn't know. And then they share that with me. And then my next project gets it better and better and better because we share. And the Chicago Haunt Builders are great for that. And I've kind of gotten a bit of a sneak peek at some of the classes that they're offering at MHC. And those are actually looking really amazing. So they have a great community for sharing as well. And I'm excited to be there and be a part of it.
We had a chance to hang out with some of them, especially Jim Slanker and Dave and Aubrey and a whole lot of others. And it was an awesome experience. And we can't wait to release all of those classes to each of you so you can see what awesome cooking recipes are going to be worked up this year in our magic playbook. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. It's going to be awesome. Like, I'm sitting back going, all right, so I wonder if they're going to invite us, Kris, or if we're not. We should just do like a Transworld live from there, grab a couple pancakes, a sausage to go, throw it in our pocket. No, I'm just kidding.
I think maybe when
I don't really go for it.
the breakfast is over, they'll just throw us some stuff. They'll be like,
I know.
here you go, you guys, get out of here.
Exactly. For the magic of television, Kris and I actually don't get to really go to the. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, but that sounds amazing. Yes. And as a lot of people are saying that, Alan, you always have such positive advice. You always contribute so much to the industry. I do want to give a shout out to both you and Shannon for your contributions in my events, such as like the networking night out or other things. And you guys are always up for a story time or giving more information, or, you know, if there's a problem between the two of you, you will solve it. So sorry, Kris, go ahead.
No, just to kind of capitalize a little bit on that. You've seen some of the chat notes here, but throughout all of our weeks, when Nicole and I get to do these amazing shows with all of these amazing people from our industry, one of the most repeating themes that we hear is how you have inspired them. And so I think it's fair if our fans can call us out if they don't agree. But on behalf of everybody that watches the show, just thank you for being both of you. And thanks for sharing that with us.
And thanks for watching us every week too.
Oh, we always watch.
So
I know.
We're always there.
When I was younger, there was no way to get more haunted house stuff in your life. There wasn't an internet. Yeah. There was nothing, you know? And so now that we have the internet, now that we have multiple podcasts and shows and things that are haunted house related, I want in. I want to know about it. I want to watch it. I want to soak it up because this is the industry I've dedicated my life to. I can't tell you the joy that it brings my heart because I started haunting when I was 10 years old. I got into the industry really when I started working at Terror on Church Street in 1995. Yeah. And that's when I started going to Transworld and knowing and learning it's a big community. And now my beard is gray. And to hear that haunted house people still like me is pretty awesome. You know, that's pretty awesome. That I still have something relevant to add to haunting, even though I've been in it for 40 years-ish. Yeah.
Love it.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, I just need to say something. Speaking of beasts, speaking of wild, speaking of crazy, I think we're going to have to let the other beasts out of the cage pretty soon because they're already starting to talk some serious smack here in the host chat.
They definitely are. So our final thought before we unleash the hounds, so to speak, is what a great way. If you love Alan and Shannon and if you want to talk to them more, we know.
Get on bus 3.
There we go. Easy peasy. Rip the Band-Aid off.
We're gonna have
exactly.
We have some.
Are you guys? How are you guys feeling? Are you guys feeling up for a little bus wars? Like, I think we should talk this out. Mano y mano.
The great thing about bus wars is that everybody wins because we're going to see cool haunted houses.
Yep. That's right.
It's
very true.
Get from one to another and what you want in the meantime.
Oh,
yes.
What really exciting breaking news, actually. Nicole, I don't know if you saw that text. Froggy's Fog has decided to also sponsor bus number 3. So how about that? That's
Yay!
awesome.
We're coming for Tater.
All right.
Cheers to that one.
Yeah, all right.
Maybe we should bring them on so they can defend themselves.
So all you got to do is just buy your ticket for the bus. Yeah, and you'll be on the bus. And congratulations on your Oscar win. Guys, thank you. All right.
Tell Brendan we said hi. Yeah.
Sorry, it's really dark in here with my bus number 2 sunglasses that I got on my bus. Did you guys get anything on your bus?
I got this great mug.
Oh, hey, that's our friend
I
Tater.
apologize for the phone call, but Brandon Fraser, Short Round, and the Cocaine Bear all were trying to buy tickets at the same time for bus 2.
That's because Dan
And-
Trejo, Channing Tatum, and Rob Zombie were buying them for bus number 1.
And I couldn't, they four-wayed me, which you've ever been in a four-way phone call. That's a disaster. And
So we're
especially
just
with
gonna be the
cocaine there.
honest bus
She's
then.
Yeah,
all
that's
jacked
it.
up.
Yeah.
You're gonna really get the real thing.
She's all jacked up, and she's on bus 2. As soon as she figures out how to work her pause to keyboard translation.
Yeah.
So
Wow, we're already getting bus number 3 is going to be better. Chris, I feel like we need to step up our game.
that's
Obvious, we definitely do. We need it. So let's bring out the rest of the bus number 2 team so that they
Yes.
could defend
Let's
themselves.
amp
They're
this
just gonna
episode up,
disconnect.
guys.
they're just going to disconnect in the middle of it.
From Froggy's Fog, Nathan and Caitlin Hodges. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hey, Ron.
Hey.
Well, I hope Caitlin's not playing video games in the background of a freaking office. Jesus.
I know, right?
Is that a bed of nails? What's directly behind you? What is
It's
that?
the scent board. I've been working on scent stuff.
Okay.
We actually are
I bet
kind
that
of.
room smells awesome.
I actually have another air freshener up top to make sure it stays nice and not smelly. But yes, we've been working on some of our scent concentrations. So that's my scent board.
That's a bus 2 need to know information, and you guys are on fire.
Oh,
Our
Secrets.
scent concentrations are sleeping on the shop floor right now.
Yeah, there it is.
Right there. Yeah.
God. Oh my God.
Wow.
I was taking some notes, and I need to apologize for Shannon for calling her the knitting bus. We all know Shannon doesn't knit, but if you would like to be on bus number 3 and swap recipes with Shannon, that's all she'll be doing. Meanwhile, you have Alan for 20 hours of undivided your attention. So ask all those super annoying questions. that
There
only-
are no annoying questions.
Oh my
I'm
God.
excited about all of it.
I give you until about hour 18 before you text me like I hate you for suggesting this idea, Tater. I also heard that Nicole's already off her crap bus and onto Alan's. And if I remember right, Kris jumped off of his crap bus
Sure
and
did.
jumped buses onto other ones too.
Well, last year, Kris ended up on my bus.
Tater.
I did. Oh, all right. So
oh,
now the whole party's here. The elusive
Yeah.
Robert Smith.
All I'm saying, was it true?
If I could defend myself just a hair, like I was trying to make sure all the buses made it to the destination,
Yeah.
and we needed to stay back because Alan and I were dealing with something, and that's why. So I don't think it was a voluntary. It was, hey, let's all get us to the finish line. Fair, Alan?
For the record,
Yeah.
why is producer Robert in here? Nobody knows he exists.
Oh, this is Robert, and he actually is the secret sauce to the
Yes.
fun. Really.
And the third wheel of our tricycle.
Yes.
I'm just honored I can pass down my bus 3 that did so well last year to Alan and Shannon, because I mean, from one great bus 3 to the next great bus 3. I mean, hopefully nobody on my team has to go babysit Tater again, but you never know.
Nobody was babysitting us in the first place. In fact, Kris got on our bus and instantly got booed off of our bus and thrown back onto Alan's bus is what happened.
Tara, you got to have my back. That's not.
I know. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but we have a whole bunch of secrets up our sleeves of bus
Is your
one
secret
love.
just rebranding all the merch and all the swag that I've given you over the years and putting bus 1 on it? Is that your secret?
Oh, Tater
You know
shots. Shots fired.
You know what? Maybe maybe they can get it's actually called limited edition now.
And
Just for clarity, bus 3 will have actual swag.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wow.
Actual gifts for everybody on our bus.
you know what?
We have
So a bus 2.
prizes.
I was saying we will too.
And
Yeah.
and prizes.
Well, we'll have the 3 of us on our bus, so
Ah.
we're gonna have stuff too.
You ever like if
Don't
I had the
you
sad
worry.
trombone like sound effect, I would have just played it when we were like, we have us.
Yeah.
Tara's
just
bringing.
saying.
Tara's bringing Jello shots. There we go.
Well, we have official colors. Do you guys know about these
do.
official colors?
So this is breaking news for all of you.
Breaking news for everybody.
Breaking news for Alan and Shannon.
We're gonna get like pink or something.
Seriously.
So, Nicole,
Go
what
ahead,
is
Kris.
Bus One's colors?
Bus One's color is purple.
Of course, Transworld line. There we go. What about bus number 2?
Is gonna be green.
Obviously.
Like how I did that.
You really thought this
Shocker.
through. You really thought this
Listen,
through.
listen.
All
This
right.
is groundbreaking and breaking news. Okay,
So drum roll for bus number 3. What kind of colors for Alan and Shannon?
it's gonna be orange. Get it?
Ah!
Get it?
I support this plan.
We are fucking perfect.
I know. You should have seen how long that creative meeting was.
Oh, yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Orange. I was like, oh God, she's gonna give us baby blue or something. What are you gonna give us? Orange. We can do orange. We can do that.
I was gonna say I could see Alan already walking around in a tie-dye shirt.
Oh, I make that happen.
I am already on like custombuffs.com and getting bus 2 buffs like Survivor style.
Oh my God.
Was he in our creative meeting? Because that sounds pretty.
I know. Hey, there is a rumor that somebody started and somebody reached out to me about that I was bringing custom beverages from New York. You guys have all your own Malort or whatever it is. How do you say it?
Malort.
Okay. Malort.
Kevin, sound off there. Yeah, I got you, man.
Yeah. No, we're gifting those actually as a gift, as a fair play to bus number 2 and bus number 3 participants. However, some legendary lefty goodness may or may not be confirmed coming from my personal, I don't even know how else to say it, but my personal distillery.
Your
You
collection.
know what?
Oh.
Yeah.
You
There's
know,
that.
I should have known it's dirty pool for bus 1 to steal all of bus 2's tricks. If you remember right, bus 2 was the originator that had custom drinks made and gave out to everybody on bus number 2 from our personal distiller that may have come in a little cough syrup bottle. And I swear, if you talked to her, I will kill you.
I did not. No. This is my own legendary beverage, and it's known around this neck of the woods as something that I particularly only drink, and it is something that I have over the years perfected and highly coveted around the holidays.
Well, I'm glad there's a lot of holidays that you can drink it around in June. So enjoy your like.
It's bus 1 day.
Roasted.
For the record,
hot
bus 3
rum.
does plan a minor attack on your liver as well. So, just for the record,
Caitlin, we need to contact our girl and get 60.
The stakes have been raised.
Jeremy, you
No,
hear that? We're
I-
definitely driving because we're gonna need 100.
I am glad that bus 1 will have, hot toddies and warm rum shots for everybody in the middle of summer. That's what I hear about holiday season drinks. Can't wait for the peppermint spice candy cane.
Oh,
No.
Nicole. Oh, Nicole.
I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response.
I think Caitlin's starting there already. Is that what's in the can, Caitlin?
Yeah, what you got
Oh,
there?
it's actually Diet Coke.
I thought the mountains were blue.
I am drinking the Beast, Monster Energy, Monster's hard alcohol drink.
What?
So
Where
I
did you
didn't
get
know
that?
Monster had hard alcohol.
Yeah.
well, maybe I'll bring it on my bus. Yeah.
Maybe you will.
This is they actually took out all the caffeine and all the sugar and they made Monster Hard Energy. I found it at the store today. I already had a green one and this is the peach one, and they have the white.
maybe you shouldn't have more than one of those a day, Tater.
No,
Like as a friend, like no competition aside, maybe just one of those.
Just one of those a day. Just one a day.
and I love the fact that Shannon's staying quiet in all of this bus wars situation because she knows that I make her favorite jam. And
For the
Oh.
record,
Don't you throw that at me, Tater.
There's bribery afoot.
Here.
for the record, I'm used to this type of thing, but Shannon, this year's kind of Shannon's real big exposure to the pre-bus talk.
Got it.
And I've had to retract her clause a little bit. She's like, the knitting bus. He said we're the knitting bus. Yeah, she was kind of mad. So instead she is retaliating by planning. So
That's
she's like,
to that point, to give Kimberlina credit, she posed something very important in the chat. Please don't rely on your hosts for all of your alcohol.
Yes.
Bring your own and your beverages and snacks and stuff like that. Of course, whatever you're going to consume so that you can have the best day possible. These are all just the gravy on top.
Yes. These are all just little extra flavors.
Yeah.
And extra.
These are little party favors.
Fun.
These are little party favors that we
Yes.
give to our people. Now we play games on our bus. You guys take naps on your bus on bus 1.
As long as we don't have to like ring in the people from bus 2 when they stop at the liquor stores in between the haunts.
You know what? Sir,
It's sort of happened before.
You have to pit stop. You have to pit stop at times.
You know, we have a pregnant woman on our bus every year, and she needs to stop and stretch her legs. It's just so happened that it happens to be at a liquor store. You can't blame us for that. Okay? I can't dictate who's on my bus. She's pregnant.
I think Kris
Stretch her
picked
legs.
these. Chris picked these haunts to make sure there was no liquor stores around this year.
There is
to keep the flow moving.
Thank you, Robert. There are definitely liquor stores around. Trust you me.
He's already
the
scouted
research
it.
has been done. Yes. Don't forget to drink water.
Of course. This is a marathon, folks.
But in all seriousness, it is a very long tour, Nicole and Kris. Is that correct?
It is
leaving
correct.
at like
It
6
is.
a.m.
Yeah.
About 6:30.
We're
when you're
boarding
on
at
bus
6 a.m.
1,
Yeah.
Mama Nicole will make sure that everybody does have a nap so that they can complete all 3.
That's right.
No, the first person to fall asleep on our bus gets the taco hat of shame. They have to wear the
There
rest
is no shame on our bus. There
Yep.
isn't.
Oh, but-
There's no shame. We love everybody.
But it gives us something to taco about.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would like.
How
to
did you
read
miss
through
that
my
one,
book
Nicole?
so
You could have
badly.
got that one.
it is Tuesday.
I know. I can't believe
Can I
it.
resend
hoping
my
her
bus
internet will
captains
drop.
to bus 3 and I'll get Shannon over on my bus? Like,
Oh.
That is
Wow.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah.
words.
In all seriousness, I mean, the tour does leave at 6:30 a.m. So that means we're boarding
right.
by 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Oh.
We don't get back probably till 2, 3 in the morning, like Alan said. Just in time for him to get over to his class. This
Saturday
morning, so.
breakfast.
for the record, Alan, I had the same thing. They invited me, and I hit no. And then I looked at the thing, and it said Froggy's Fog.
Tater, we're sponsoring it. We're all 3 of us are going to be there.
We'll be
Some-
there later.
You can't miss that.
Immediately changed my response to no to yes because I have to be there.
We
Guess
all
what?
have to.
Guess what, Roomy? We're all
Yeah.
3 of us going over there.
As Nathan takes a deep breath.
I'll make
Nathan,
sure
stop
they all
talking
get
too
there.
much.
Don't worry.
Thank you, Nathan.
I'll make sure they all are there the whole time.
Just make sure that they don't travel by Segway. I mean, it's fine.
Right?
Yeah.
There's somebody hiding in the corner, so
Just rocking in the corner.
Nathan's got to be quiet so he could just keep track of everybody from the Froggies crew and make sure everybody's where they need to be the whole time. So
somebody's got to be responsible.
He's the one holding those like little leads that they usually give to children when they go to theme parks.
So Tater,
I'll put everybody on a leash.
Tater, for those that have never been on bus number 2, what might entice them to join bus number 2?
So I always joked in the last couple of years that bus 1, they kind of seem very dull, and I don't mean that by to be mean. I mean that by, we get off the bus and there's like beer cans being kicked out the bottom of the bus, and like we're wooing, and they just all get like single file, like head down, like go in line of their go through the haunt. And I don't know whatever happens on that bus, but everybody's like, it said it was like a funeral. Especially last year, they said it was like a funeral, and it was super quiet. You could hear a pin drop, and there wasn't anything going on.
Okay.
So
was that
before I got involved? And I'm just saying, if I've ever kidnapped you previously or said, "Hey, we're going to this place," fun will follow. I can guarantee. Tater can try to deny it. Alan
So-
can try to deny it.
One of the benefits of the knitting and napping bus, as Tater has called me, is at our last stop, I am well known to talk to my whole bus and say, listen, the faster we get on this bus, the faster we can leave and go. And I know that after parties are great fun, but there are times when if I've done the haunt and I've experienced the atmosphere, it might be better to roll out at 8:30 and head back to the room rather than 11 p.m. So,
So that is what Nicole is joining bus number 3.
Robert, we're already.
We saw it. We had a good time. Let's get back on the bus and go.
We always have we have music, we have party atmosphere, we have games that are unsanctioned by Transworld. We have prizes that are probably unsanctioned by Transworld. We have goodie bags that are not sanctioned by anybody.
We're going to have this cat.
We're bringing a cat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, the cat.
Allergies can go on your bus anymore.
We're not going to bring a cat.
We're not bringing a cat.
No.
We're going to have
allergies, can't go on bus 3 now. That's great.
We're going to have PETA coming after us now because Alan and Shannon.
Listen, our bus is going to be so epic that we're going to try to meet in person beforehand to try to get it all together.
We have had people that had to, and they will admit this. We've had to put in time out and sit down and feed rolls to. And they've missed complete haunts, because they had too much fun on the bus ride to the haunts. And
I guess that's a version of fun, I guess.
I will.
Katie Lane just.
Katie. Thanks, Katie. Thank you.
I've had a YouTube
I'm
channel
not
for
sharing
14
that
years.
comment.
Never read the comments, guys. Never read the comments.
No. I just texted her. I'm like, thanks.
I will guarantee that if you get on bus number 2, you will learn a lot about the other people on your bus, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably very true.
Now, let me point out, too, something all of us have no control over is who our bus driver will be and how cool and how relaxed they will be.
Absolutely. I interview the people before we even decide which bus is which bus. And if the bus number 2, bad bus captain comes anywhere near bus 2, she gets instantly Kris. I just send I hit the Kris button, and he comes running over and ushers them away.
As Kris and Nicole are sending messages to Jen right now, we would like to talk to the bus drivers before Tater.
Because there may have been an incident a couple times where I've had to text Kris this bus captain is killing.
We got you. We got you.
No, and this year, we really do. We have an epic lineup of captains. And
we have an epic lineup of haunts.
Yeah,
just
amazing balance.
Karaoke is on bus 1. Yep, Sean has committed to helping us with that. And yeah, I'm not kidding.
Nicole is a karaoke queen.
It depends on how much I consume. There are sometimes that are better than others. But I'm always up for fun. But I think that
wow, you guys heard it first. They beat bus 2 with karaoke. Sorry guys, we're out.
Oh my god. Listen, hang on a second here. We are here to win this game. This is not like poker, okay? Where we're just every hand we show. No.
I promise no karaoke on bus 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
promise.
I can guarantee you don't want to hear Tater or Nathan sing. So that's not happening on our bus.
For the record, it's usually a group sing along, and it is very much. It's very much something you will know. Don't you worry.
Kimberlina, you're 100%
Well, they're gonna
right.
sing some Queen "Don't Stop Believing" over here. We're gonna be we'll be driving down the road
at every stoplight. Kris will be hanging out the door.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look, we personally hand select the playlist every bus ride, and we have help from the back of the bus, which is Andover Haunted House is always in the back of the bus, so don't even try to get in the back of bus 2. They're in charge of the bathroom and they burn CDs.
Yep.
Wow.
And
They
we make
burn
playlists.
You still burn CDs?
I don't. They do. It's New York people. It's New York people that think, Lou, come to my bus. We got karaoke is like a big thing.
Okay, so
I'm
first
more-
of all, Nicole
Meanwhile,
says
we
that
crowd
karaoke is
down
fully
the aisle.
immersive. Second of all, I'm going to correct you on this. I have people commenting already about karaoke that have been to karaoke that know what that experience is like. It's not even karaoke because it is definitely a karaoke experience. But you know what, Tater? You're just going to have to hear the stories afterwards and see the videos.
All I'm
and
telling you is you have karaoke. We have literally crowd surfing. Like there's
Yeah, but we're not tipping our hand here.
Yeah,
I didn't know
we
I
can't
had
show
to
you
know
everything. Okay, now
Well, we're not tipping our hand. We're just explaining what has happened in the past. Doesn't like we got new plans this year too.
I
I
hope
will
so.
not be kicked in the head by a crowd surfer on bus 3.
there you go. Your head will be filled with
your
knowledge.
nap will be safely insured on bus number 3.
I was gonna say, bus 3 is pretty much like getting a free seminar from Alan and Shannon.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like, now, Kimberlina brings up a great question, everybody. How do we decide who wins? Should there be some stakes involved here?
Ooh.
It's the first bus to fill. It's the first
Everybody
bus to
wins.
say, done.
Okay.
Well, then
All right.
the game's over because Jen already said bus 1's full. So
Jen did not say that. Jen's not even paying attention. She's napping.
Yeah, she's getting ready for all the fun on bus number 1.
Jen said one bus is full, but that doesn't mean that bus 1 is full. That means they sold out one bus is what happened.
Oh.
But Wayne says bus 3 has square dancing.
yeah,
So let me ask you guys, bus 2 and bus 3, without comparisons, Tater, how would you sell your bus?
good question. Good question.
I would answer that by saying I don't need to, Robert. It sells itself.
Caitlin, Nathan, anything?
I'm leaving the hater. That
Oh, mic drop. Okay.
enough said there.
all right.
All right, Hop family.
Shannon, Alan.
I think that one of the joys about haunted houses is that every haunted house you go to is a good haunted house. It picks up the flavor of the person who designed it and directed
That's
it.
right. That's right.
And I think that you have 3 buses here, which are all going to have a slightly different flavor. And the flavor that I would prefer to have in my mouth on Saturday morning would be the bus 3 flavor.
Thank you, Katie Lane. All right.
Well, that's Katie.
So I'm going to take one for the team here. And this is what I'm going to say. If you're looking to be entertained, you're looking to have fun, you are looking for prizes, you are looking for all sorts of fun swag and literally battle with these other buses. I have something on my sleeve. That's why I just I would choose bus 1.
We have exclusive
You're not
prizes.
leaving. You had your chance to talk. You decided to take the words less said. And now it's my turn, Tater. I'm driving this conversation. Sit back, relax, put your seatbelt on. All right. This is an epic adventure. This is a road trip.
That's right.
Yes, of course. We've already talked about we're bringing snacks. We're bringing drinks. We're going to sing along the way. We're probably going to have trivia. We're probably going to have all the other things that this bus has. All these other buses. But what you won't have in any other bus is Kris, Nicole, and Robert, who you tune into every single week for the fun and all the information. So that's why you want to choose bus 1.
Did you notice how you also made it sound like you were like gonna be the mom of the bus?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
I don't ever leave that position.
Like-
Are you kidding
like,
me? You guys
Oh,
talk
I'm
about-
gonna have snacks. Let me pull some snacks out of my fanny pack.
You guys want some apple
You want a
shots?
juice box? I got a juice box for you.
Here's some apple
And you
shots
know what?
and a little bit of
You know
gummy
what? And
vitamin.
Here's a go-go
And
sneeze. You
you're on
want
a
a go-go
road trip.
sneeze?
You want a mom. Yeah. I will make sure I've got applesauce and a juice box.
We got to take care of our people.
I was the mom
Kidding.
on TaterCon last year that was like, oh, we all need some tum-tums. Like, I'm the one
And you know
that's like
who will have
pulling out like the
Nicole on
tums.
bus 1.
I
All
don't
I
care if
know
you're
is-
drunk.
And And for the record,
I
if
don't
you
have the
drink too
go-go
much,
squeezes.
if I'm not going to feed you bread because I'm going to be scared that you're going to choke, I will have Cheerios for you because that is exactly how I saved my roommate from Bacardi 151 back in 04.
Bus 2 smacks the bottles of water out of everybody's hands just to be like, what the hell are you doing? That's Bus 3 bull crap.
No, don't you worry. I will be handing you a cup of water and I'll be like, honey, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay? We want to see all the haunts. This is what you paid for.
That's bravo.
I'm not like a regular mom.
Talk about some of the haunts.
And box wine counts as a juice box.
Bravo. And our favorite Emmy, of course, has really the really important message here is you can't go wrong with any of these buses. You're getting epic people, you're getting epic crowds, and of course, epic haunts for this amazing trip.
It's gonna be good haunt.
For the record, the bus captains all actually love each other, and
yeah, we do.
Every day. You really can't get mad. I mean, trust. Look, I know.
Wait. Don't do your heartfelt thing in just a minute. Caitlin is right. Don't get mad when your bus gets hangry without snacks. Exactly.
Caitlin's right.
And they got a taco hat. Guess what? If we're all hungry, we might stop at Taco Bell on the way home. That's what I do with my kid when he's had too much baseball. Exactly. Sorry.
Kyle Miller is bringing his lemons to bus 3, he says.
Look at fellow Ohio native Chocolate Treasures saying they will provide chocolates for all of bus 2. Did I
so they already committed to bus number 1 via an actual order?
Oh, we got a special guest
in the background.
Who is that?
I have Woody in the background.
Oh, you got Woody.
Hi, Woody.
Woody.
Which bus is Woody going to be on?
None.
Oh,
Woody has to build a booth.
Yeah.
Do you want to build Alan's booth while we're all at the tour?
Can we talk about the haunts though? Seriously?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have not made it up to Hush.
No, you're good.
Even though Midwest went up to Hush a couple of years ago, that was the year our bus didn't have air conditioning. And it was like 90 degrees and we were all roasting. So I just ran to McDonald's down the road and bought them all. They had the freeze lemonades.
Yeah,
and I walked into McDonald's and I said, do you guys have the freeze lemonades? And they said, yes. And I said, I need 60 of them. And like the entire staff of McDonald's closed the McDonald's and like carried them back to everybody to make sure that everybody got rehydrated on the bus. So I didn't make it into Hush. And I'm really excited to see Hush.
We will have air conditioning on these buses.
I was just going to say,
yes.
if there's any technical problems, anything like that, I'm just saying, look who's here. Look who you're with.
Yeah.
And you got the mom.
Snacks.
We won't deal with that.
I know you couldn't make it. Did you leave us a video, Robert?
Well, we just have the video of the actual tour as a whole. We don't have a Hush video.
So we don't have anything from Hush. All right, moving on. Eloise Asylum.
Yep. No, so Hush, let's go back to Hush. So Hush has 40,000 square feet,
Yeah.
3 different haunted attractions, 3 different bars, just an epic midway. And we're going to be starting there, getting some lunch and doing a full tour, lights out throughout the entire grounds. So we're super excited.
Do we know if the bars are going to be open, if the speakeasy is going to be open or not?
They are going to be open, yes.
So there is a speakeasy somewhere hidden in Hush.
That is correct.
And,
yes.
Bus 2 will all know the password. Bus 1 and 3 will get the wrong password.
Our second stop, we talked to them 2 weeks ago. Sorry, it feels like last week. Is Eloise Asylum, a real decommissioned insane asylum from the 1800s that we're going to be able to go through. I think it's like somewhere in the neighborhood of about 30,000 square feet, 2 different attractions, 5 floors. Going to be epic right in the middle of our tour. And then we're going to end with Erebus, which the entire building it comprises is 4 different floors, 100,000 square feet, been open since 2000. Just getting some epic legendary vibes there. So,
I mean, have you been to Erebus before, Kris?
I have.
Nicole, have you been to Erebus?
I have not. So I have not been to any of these haunts. This is good. I'm a first timer for all of them.
So
Same.
let me tell you, let me just prepare you because I know your fears, and as your friend, I need to tell you. They put you in a room at one point, and they just release a whole bunch of birds.
It's true.
You're lying.
No, it's
And
true.
they just attack. No.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Ed.
And you know
How
what
many
will
birds can you
happen?
get?
You know what will happen? I will be back on the bus, make sure that the tunes are going, that the air conditioning is on, and that everybody has a fresh water after completing their haunt tour. That'll be what happens.
I don't know if Erebus still does it because it's been a couple of years, but they do pull you into a room, and the next thing you know, you are completely buried alive.
Yep.
That I can
was
deal with.
amazing.
Absolutely 100% buried alive, and you have no idea what's going on. And all of a sudden, by the time you figure out what's going on, it's gone, it's out, and you're fresh. And then there's an after party on the roof.
Possibly.
To be determined.
Okay.
He can
Possible.
only hold so many people up there, so it depends on
Yeah.
how many buses we have here.
Okay. But they throw a heck of a party on the roof, and Erebus has some of the most talked about experiences that I've ever seen on a bus.
So fun.
Yeah, I don't want to give out that.
I have taught with Ed several times, and my mental image of Erebus is you walk 20 feet and some giant foam monster hits you, and then you walk 20 more feet and another foam monster hits you from a different direction, because a lot of what he talks about is these big things that come at you and hit people and pin them against the wall, and it's very exciting.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
nice.
Yeah, because
Nice.
I will say he's had one of the best swamps I've ever been into.
Oh,
Also in the haunted attraction.
and quite possibly the first, right?
Yep. Yeah, as we heard a week ago or so here.
Yeah.
Eloise Asylum I've seen pictures because I sold them some fog, and they sent me pictures, promo pictures of some of the stuff that they've done, and it's on my bucket list, and I'm so glad that we're going all the way up to the state up north to experience it.
Us too. It's going to be epic.
Yeah, bus two.
Oh my
My gosh. Well,
if there is a rooftop party, then bus 3 will be asked to just do a round, see everything, and then get back on the bus. We can go.
Efficiency.
There are offers being made in the comments. Tater, pay me $100 and I'll sit behind Alan on the bus and pitch him all my ideas on the way back, and I'll just do bits.
Kevin, you got it. Kevin, you're on the crew. You're on my cruise. We will arrange for that $100 just to be.
Go ahead, come on bus 3. Tell me about your clown character and how it's different from other clowns. Go ahead.
Kevin is going to bring a bag. He's going to be like Carrot Top and just do prop comedy and at you the entire time.
Does anybody that's watching all of this wonderful fun things, because we do love all these people, but we have here, do you have any questions? We want to make sure that you are fully prepared for this marathon of an epic adventure.
Yeah, because the most important part is on Thursday, prior to MHC, we are planning a big old road trip. We are going from Chicago all the way through Michigan to some of the most epic haunted attractions that are offered there. Now, shouldn't just say only these ones, because there's a lot of epic haunted houses in Michigan. But we are going there and back all in the same day. Is this one of the longest tours we've ever done?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
But it really should have been a 2-day tour, but we want to cram it all in.
Yeah, because we got stuff to do.
We got to get back. We got to
make sure our vendors have time to set up.
That's
we got a big show coming up Saturday,
Right.
Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, if you're watching all this fun stuff and you can't wait to get in one of our buses, we love you for that. But if you still want to be a part of the tour and would rather drive for whatever reason that might be, you can absolutely still do that. Tickets are available for both the bus driving portion, or if you want to drive yourself in your own transportation, you can do that as well. Tickets are available at MidwestHauntersConvention.com. Do not delay. We have said this before. The buses are selling out. Like we said, bus 1 already sold out. Bus 2 has about 48 seats open already, but that's okay. Bus 3 is pretty close to sold out too.
That's
I
not
I
true.
do have a serious question. I mean, besides those pot shots that you just took, Kris, but that's cool. That's what the losing bus always does to get to be back up on our level. And it's okay. I'm used to it by years. Can they fly into like Michigan on the day of Thursday and then Uber to the first haunt and then be on the bus and then have that bus drive them back so they don't have that 5 hour or that 4 hour drive or that 6 a.m. wake up call?
The answer is yes. Yes. You do have to buy, obviously, a bus transportation ticket, and then your spot will be saved on whatever bus that you'd like to be on. And as soon as we see you at the first attraction, we'll take you home.
How do you
But
sell?
if you plan, I was gonna say if you plan on doing that, just please let us know ahead of time.
Yes,
So
let
we
us
have a
know.
list. We'll bring some bracelets. We'll make sure everything's taken care of at that first stop with you. Then
Excellent point.
How do you get on? Like, if they want to pick their bus, if they want to say like, "Wow, bus 2 is the party bus," and that's what it's all about. How do they guarantee that they get a spot on that bus?
The first step is definitely to sign up as early as possible, because when those spots go, it is first come, first serve on whatever bus you want to be a part of. There is a spot when you are purchasing your tickets. You'll be able to fill out a quick Google form that'll be able to say, I want to be on this bus, and it will be honored in the order of receipt. So,
all right. So I'm just on Midwest website right now. It says click here to buy tickets, and then after you purchase your tickets, fill out this form, and it's in blue. You click on that and you tell them what bus you want to be on. The interview bus where they're going to shove a camera and a microphone in your face the entire time. The party
That is not
bus,
happening.
or
That's
the
not gonna
rescue bus.
No. And in fact, we don't want you to record what we're doing because we
No,
have fun stuff up our sleeve.
Bus 2 is Vegas.
what happens on bus 2 stays on bus 2. Okay.
All right, there's
excited.
a lot of questions.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff that's coming in here.
Yeah. So what can people, I'm going to ask all you guys, what can people bring on the bus?
It's a good question. Hops.
Cocaine Bear's already on the bus, so you don't need to bring your own Cocaine Bear.
Anything but a pillow and a blanket, because we don't sleep on bus 2.
There you go.
Hmm.
There you
Don't
go.
bring a
Oh.
pillow and blanket on.
Are there
bus
any
3.
limits
That's
to
fine.
what can be brought on the buses?
Yeah, pillows and blankets.
Can you bring a cooler? Can you bring a cooler? Is that a
You are
pocket?
absolutely encouraged to bring a cooler. Stock it with your favorite beverage, and bring a couple extra because we're all going to run low at one point or another. And you want to know up here.
Serious question though. Can we talk about size though of cooler? Like what you recommend?
One of those giant Yetis. No.
Remember,
If the cooler is too big and we can't get it in the seat or in under the seat or maybe in the aisleway, then we put it under the bus. And when we get to the first stop, then we bring it back out. Second stop, we bring it back out. Third stop, we bring it back out. And then, but there are coolers, spots that we have found on buses. Kind of, you may have to leapfrog or have somebody put their cooler on their lap while you get down back to the bus or whatever. But
Camelback backpacks are your friend, because you just like auto right there.
There you go.
Just saying. Get one on Amazon. Just saying.
I would say
Good
it's
point.
similar to, like, I know Alan, you have something to add to this too. I know. I would say it's sort of like an airplane. If you can fit it into your seat.
Yep.
Make it most comfortable for you and your guests while you're on the.
remember,
bus.
there's going to be somebody sitting next to you. If you don't bring them, then we're going to assign them to you.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
It's
Yes.
a great point.
I-
Every
so,
spot's going to be full.
at the risk of being and sounding really unfun,
Oh, no.
at the risk of sounding really unfun, it is embarrassing to me when us haunters go to a haunt and there are people in line that I would kick out of my show for being too drunk.
Yes.
Yes.
Have respect for the haunts that we're going to and the people on the bus with you, with your that's all that I ask. And maybe I'm the knitting and napping bus, but I'm also going to be a respectful bus. So just be customers that people want to have. And it's great fun, but please don't yak in my queue line.
Amen.
If I were on the tour,
Agreed.
because I've been to haunt tours where it's like, man, I'd kick a lot of these people out of my line because they're loud, they're drunk, they're not fun, and just make sure that you're being respectful to everybody around you.
Look,
I get it. This is one of our weekends out of the year that we kind of, get away, but also understand that you're going to a place of business.
There's also not one of these bus captains, Alan, Shannon, me, Nicole, Kris, Robert, Kate, Nate, that want to get pulled aside by Cody or by Jim or by Ed and say, hey, somebody from your buses assaulted or was too drunk and punched the monkey that punched them, or did something like that in the haunt. We don't want that situation. So if we do put you in, and look, bus 2 is notorious for putting people in timeout and saying you're done, you're cut off for a couple hours. Respect that, because I don't have to fill out paperwork afterwards.
And I think we're all here for fun. We want to make sure that the people that are providing the show are having fun. And Alan and Shannon and I had to deal with someone that needed some babysitting last year. And that's not fun for everybody that's on the bus or everybody that gets delayed because of that. So be respectful. I think Kyle Miller put it out there, RESPCT. And that's the most important part. And Alan, bravo for saying what you did, because these are people that you would not accept at your show. So let's try to be a reflection of that when we go. We're having a good time, but we also want to care and thank for the people that are opening in the middle of the beautiful summer
and a lot of places that we go, we represent haunting as an industry.
Yes.
And we want everybody that, those people are having fun. Those people are fun to be around. Yes, I want to join a haunt. To people who are not involved in the industry, you know what I mean? We're gonna touch a lot of places. We're gonna be seeing a lot of things. It's always a chance in order to get people to want to do what we're doing, and there's ways to do it. There's ways not to do it. And I'm just saying. I'm not saying anybody is wrong, and there are 100,000 ways to have fun.
Agreed.
Do it as respectfully as possible.
And credit to Tater and Bus too, because they do. They want everyone to have fun, and if someone's going to prevent that, they will stop that. So credit to.
And I want to say,
also, RESPECT is the song that you can sing in karaoke on bus 1.
Exactly.
So get your Aretha Franklin request in.
Well, and I'm going to say right now, as the mom of the group, I'm going to make sure that we have mimosas and that we are on our bus and we have our fun. Then we have our little nap. Then we do our little pregame. Then we go to our haunts without getting too crazy. And then it's an entire party on the way back, because we are haunters and we know how to do that. So, as a light suggestion to other captains, that is something I've already discussed with a couple of our bus participants that have reached out and said, so really, what's bus 1 going to be like? And that, I think, is kind of the way it's going to go. We're going to get excited. We're getting on the road. We're going to have fun. We're going to, go see a bunch of haunts. Yeah.
How long is the drive back from Erebus to Chicago?
Chris, we don't want to talk about that right now, Alan.
I was going to say, this is Chris's answer.
No worries. So it's a great question. So we're going to do about 2.5 hours, and then we're going to get a rest stop, and then another 2.5 hours. So it's about a total of 5 hours each way, and we'll break that up. So there'll be a rest stop each way. So you'll never be stuck there for more than 2.
Bus 3 is going to change that up. After Erebus, you get on our bus. Quiet time all the way back. That way, if you need to nap or relax, we'll probably talk about Erebus for about half an hour afterwards. And then it's quiet time. And then, because we're heading back to the hotel, where people roll in, man, and you're tired. We'll have been on the bus since 6 a.m., So, after Erebus, we'll talk for like half an hour, and then we're going to go lights out on that bus, and you can nap on the way home.
I will try to bring movies for everybody if they want to show a movie, because let's be honest, it's a 4-hour or 5-hour trip from Chicago to Detroit.
Yep.
If they want to just chill out and watch a movie in the first 4 hours or 5 hours and back, fantastic. I will try, and I encourage the other bus captains to bring, whatever bus 1 kindergarten bus. Somebody.
I'm a
said.
mom. I'm not in charge of technology. I'm just putting it out there to Robert and Kris.
We have
right now.
Robert. We have Robert.
Okay, good. I'm like, wait a minute. That I will forget.
And I just want to throw it out there, Shannon. Someone is trying to bribe you to bring
Oh.
treats
saw that.
to get them on your bus.
Wow.
She's
Wow.
already discussed mimosas and cookies.
I'm
Yeah.
already on that, Robert.
Oh, okay. I should have
Don't be
known.
surprised if I don't have a full kitchen set up in the back of the bus. And I'll be throwing down. And let me tell you, it's going to be good. Southern woman in Chicago. I'm ready for you. It's going to be good.
That
People
sounds
are
like a-
still talking about Shannon's Transworld seminar from a few years
Yeah.
back about all
As I
the
said,
taking care of your
everybody.
staff and the cooking. So
Treats are everything. I agree.
Tater, are we making beef stew on the bus? Do some beef stew?
No.
beef
No.
sticks, Tater, on your bus.
I was like,
mean,
we could bring an instant pot.
Oh, here's me. I'm like, wait, do they have a crock pot? So this is actually a question to the buses. Listen, don't put anything past me. If they're gonna do that, they're gonna have a taco hat. We'll have tacos. So
I got a hibachi chef flying in from. I'm flying in my sushi chef from Japan.
There's a small fire on bus 1 is a problem.
So craziness aside, we are going to make sure that there's things. But yes, people are asking, is there places to charge your phone?
Yes.
Yes.
Generally.
Yeah, you
Okay.
definitely try to bring your own personal backup charger because we don't know exactly the bus capabilities until probably that week. So we can't promise you that there will be onboarding charge, but there might be.
Do we know how many
what?
seats are in each bus?
I think we're safe with 50. I think I will get that answer for firm. I think it's 50, around 50.
Say 50. Yeah, probably around 50 to 52 generally is what
Yeah.
we.
Might be
Yeah.
a few more. Yeah.
And make sure you pick your bus if you want to be on a certain
Yeah,
bus,
if you
because
sign
we
up
get a lot of people
for
when they
bus
sign up, they don't pick a bus.
You get a
And then-
sign.
And then we're gonna make that decision for you when you check in.
Yeah, when you check in on that Thursday or Wednesday, whenever check-in is, Robert, I don't know. Jen's gonna probably yell at me.
Right now, it's planned for Thursday morning, but
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to come in, Wednesday evening, if we do a seminar, like a check-in there, and we say sign up for your bus, and we have like we did for Midwest, or was it Transworld?
It was Transworld, yeah. When you and I did it with Meg.
Yeah, we said pick your bus here, and this bus is completely sold. And once it's gone, I just don't want anybody to be on the party bus that doesn't want to be on the party bus.
That's a fair point.
my issue.
That's good.
That's good.
That's a fair point.
That's kind. And we're having lunch at Hush. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yep, it'll be
And
our
then-
very first stop.
Is there a dinner?
There is a dinner and Q&A at Erebus with Ed and his brother and their entire team. And we'll also get to do some of their cool new their monster museum and some of their escape rooms and all the other fun stuff that they have there at the complex.
Is
Yeah,
the
well-
tour 21 and over?
It's not actually. Anyone can come. Certainly, there will be beverages consumed. So make sure that your young one is, up to that type of environment. Special bands that will give you at check-in that signify that you're not 21.
It says it's Brian Muggett says how many days? It's a 1-day tour, Brian.
It is.
So, and remember, if you don't want to take that bus tour from Chicago to Detroit, you can definitely fly into Detroit and meet us at the first stop. Just let them know ahead of time so we're not holding up 15 buses.
How long is that first leg of driving?
It's going to be about 5 hours.
Cool. Okay.
Yes.
That's nothing to us.
Yeah, that's not
Exactly. Right.
We're
Yeah,
in Texas.
y'all
We
live in
drive
the
that for
Midwest.
groceries.
That's a grocery stop.
Yeah.
Texas is a big state.
Wait. Is that for real? It's really a
Yes, it takes 5 hours to get to the grocery store, Nicole.
No,
We're 30 minutes to a grocery store from where we're
okay.
at.
No, I knew you guys.
And
had
most of that
5
is,
hours.
is most of that traffic, I think, because DFW traffic.
No, we live in the woods.
We're in we're in a log cabin in the woods. I'm
Yeah.
not even.
Oh, nice.
We are
Nice.
truly in a cabin.
Nice.
We're in the sticks.
Love it. Love it. Well, I just know we want to be respectful of everybody's time. We're so grateful that all of you are on the show. Is there any closing words or last bits of wonderful banter that you'd love to share with all of us?
Yes.
Please.
Shannon.
One of the things that I really like about MHC is, in my opinion, MHC always feels like to me like the last high five, have a great season before we all start to go. So I always look at the three shows that kind of divide my year. Transworld, there's still budget and time to make decisions and think big dreams and all this other such. And so it's early. MHC is like, high five. Hey, we'll see you later. Hope you have a great season. All the other things. Everybody's it's like the last hurrah. And then Legendary is like, holy moly, how was your season? So there's always that feeling of that. So I look forward to MHC because it's kind of like, even though there are still some shows in the summer, most of us you're kind of starting that hustle.
Yeah.
To start getting ready for whether your show is built, you're building a show, you're designing, whatever you're doing. So one of the things I really like about MHC is it's kind of like that last hurrah, high five, hug, hope you have a great season that we all get to do. And it's such a different atmosphere to be able to do that. It's very supportive. And I love that about the show and the community. So I'm looking forward to, giving out a hug and saying, hey, hope you have a great season, because that's what we really want for everybody.
And we talk to a lot of haunted house people. Of course, everybody does at shows. But I can't tell you how often I'll ask someone, do you know this haunted house person, or do you know this haunter? Because they're, and they'll say, yeah, I sat next to them on this bus tour. And you make lifelong haunt friends on bus tours. So here's what's great. Everybody wins, because you're going to sit next to people who care about Halloween and haunting as much as you do. And that's what it's all about.
Amen.
Agree more. No matter how much fun you're having or what type of fun you're having, you get to talk to people, share stories, and you learn things. It's a great opportunity. It's like the Marriott being outside during Transworld, but being on a bus with those people for 5 hours and getting to share and bounce ideas off of each other.
To my outside the haunt world, I very much say it is so incredible that we do all get to see each other multiple times throughout the year, right? And then we also talk to each other throughout the year and kind of catch up with each other and all that. But it is very much like that summer camp and then the holiday and then family reunion type, you know what I mean? And you're able to kind of talk about all of the things and all of the life points and all of the different fun and cool things you do in between. And it's really awesome. It is very awesome. And we are all very lucky to be in this industry, but also have opportunities like we do in such a big way.
Bravo.
Well, and to kind of stem off of like what Shannon said, I think MHC's like, for what I've always found MHC to be is it's also that time to be able to sit and like chat. Like Transworld, I don't know, like I'm running half the time or I'm a zombie by the time Transworld hits because we just built a booth for the past 3 days. So, but MHC being a little bit more like slow, it slows it down a little bit where then you're able to sit and have those.
As a haunter, Transworld's about stuff. MHC is about people.
Yes.
Like that. I like
And
that.
you'll find an awesome mix on those buses of vendors and attendees or haunt owners, actors from all walks of the haunt industry.
Yeah.
It's literally, where we get to MHC is the one last hurrah before the season where we get to decompress, say, hey, talk to each other. If you want to talk to the vendor for 5 hours about your new scene idea and let the vendor help you decide, one last hug for Shannon or Alan or, and say, hey, you've had a rough year. I'm glad you're here. That is the time. Definitely. And that's what it's all about is Midwest. Look, I'll be honest with you. I told Kris, and I don't know if Caitlin and Nathan and my bosses at Froggy's know it. I want to be to Midwest. I'm coming to Midwest to have as much fun as I can before my season starts.
That's right.
Yep.
Bravo. Well,
let me have my fun. I worry about the business. The business is always going to be there, but I want to have my fun.
Yeah.
Well,
And Midwest is going to be the very best, the best part of that. There's a lot of surprises planned for Midwest. It not only the bus tours,
no.
but literally there's a lot of fun things happening at Midwest that we're not allowed to talk about yet.
No, you got to watch the show. Got to stay tuned. We are going to be releasing so many different things. Nicole and myself and everybody that's a part of Transworld has been really brainstorming, and we can't wait to share that with you. But before we get there, while we have all you amazing captains, would you help Nicole Robert and myself with giving out some fun stuff? You just talked about all of the key reasons why you should go to MHC and be a part of this absolutely amazing, life-changing, making memories.
We do,
forever.
but wait, there's more.
We are giving away, thanks to Jen and Rich, of course, 2 admission tickets to MHC. So you can come on Saturday and Sunday. You can see the whole showroom floor. You can see all of the wonderful games and competitions and excitements and all of this wonderful stuff for free as a gift for us for watching the show. So
can I suggest the first thing for you, Kris?
I was looking for it.
You posted, or earlier in the video, there was a picture of Dark Hour. Robert, do you remember that picture?
Yeah, I have that picture. Yes.
That person in that photo is a very famous haunter. Okay.
Okay. I got you. All right.
The first person to identify that haunter in that photo.
There we go. He's going to get one of those 2 tickets.
Yeah.
So, Robert, would you be so kind? There we go.
They're in heavy makeup.
Who is this haunter? It is not Sharky. That's a good guess. It isn't. We're looking for this actor's real name. This actor up there, Karen Murphy.
Wow. I don't know if she counts.
Well, we got to give it. We got to give it to her. You know.
That was a good question.
That was a good question. All right. Karen was the first person, so we're giving it to Karen Murphy. Congratulations. Yay! You have just won one competition or one admission to Saturday and Sunday of Midwest Haunters Convention. Of course, that is at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois, June 9th and 10th of 10th and 11th. Sorry, I'm getting all my dates mixed up. Forgive me. So we're really excited.
Get them there on the right day.
I know. All right. Anyone have any suggestions for our other ticket?
I have a random one only because we are talking about St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
And I am Irish. I'm very Irish. And I say that kind of lightly, but also from a standpoint that this is something in my family that my sister and I constantly talk about because our DNA panel gets upgraded. And she did a DNA test and she called me and she did all this. What do we think about a number contest? How Irish am I? If you can guess that, it's a number, but this will make it a little more fair, right? So
with a name like Ginsburg, you sound super Irish.
Number and the percentage. I know, right? I know. Yeah. Number and percentage. What you think I am. I'll even put it in the host chat.
All right.
Are we giving them a clue? Is it like a solid number, or is
no?
it
is. I mean, it's not like
a precise number.
No decimal, right? No decimal.
No decimal.
This is Pi Day. We can't be talking about that. Come on.
Well, that's why I went with numbers, though, is because
I like this. All right, so we've got Jennifer. We've got
different, and it's a very. It's not.
Can we do like a guessing game, higher or lower to the people?
Yeah. I don't know. They're getting. I mean, people are getting a little close.
How close are we with 112%? I like that, Mike. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, right.
That's a good one.
So it is a number between 1 and 100.
You can only have 112% DNA if you have a really interesting conception.
Yeah. I will tell you it is over 50%.
Okay.
It is lower than, hold on.
100. It's lower than 100.
Well, just make sure you
like
that.
Kimberlina said 666%.
That's a lot of percents.
Oh, I see
Oh
one
my
that's
God.
super close.
You're
Yeah.
getting real
Yeah.
close there, people.
Super close on a couple
And I
of
will
them.
tell you, this is only as of like this week. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
Hey, there we go.
There it is.
hey.
Rick.
I am 58% Irish, guys. And Rick Corello, you are going to be winning a ticket to MHC. So go ahead, either of you guys, either Karen or Rick, both of you email either Kris or myself, Kris or Nicole, Nicole, at haashow.com. Thank you for participating in that. That was kind of fun to
That was
see
fun.
exactly how close people would get. But yeah, wow, guys, this has been a really great show
Yeah.
all the way around. Big reminder to the 5 of you, if you didn't already know, Hunters Against Hate is an opportunity to possibly get up in lights in Times Square, and I heard that all of you are going to come and celebrate with me if that happens. Just kidding.
New York seems
Absolutely.
super cold.
You really should.
That is pretty
What was
awesome.
that?
New York seems super cold.
Well, it's super cool. It is currently very cold and covered in snow. And
I was gonna say a little snowy right now.
it's very snowy. We have a state of emergency in our state. Very, very crazy. But yeah. So Robert, I did send you a picture. Do you have the actual page that I there I am?
Spooky Mama.
There I am with all of my crazy crew. And like I said, everybody, once they saw that this photo was going in, they were like, why didn't you feature all of us? I was like, because I do need to be in there somewhere. We have a crew of over 200. So as much as I'd love to include them all in this craziness, this was a fantastic opportunity to, not only be a part of this, but also express my feelings and how I feel about hate and where hate actually belongs. And it is definitely not in our industry, nor in our schools or anywhere else. And Paul and the Hunters Against Hate movement has been very important to me, as well as 80 pages of other people. So this entire book, as it is going to be featured up in lights. And the way to vote and vote every day from now until March 19th is going to be blurb.com/upinlights. And from what I heard, it is in second place or still in first place. But make sure you're voting every day, because how cool would it be to have our entire industry? They currently have over 500 votes. What?
Yeah. And we're in first place. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I got breaking. Bus One just handed me a joke.
We did. We did.
Yeah. It says, hey, Nicole, what's the scariest thing in the forest? Plant in the forest.
I don't know. What?
Bamboo. For more jokes like that, make sure you sign up for Bus One. Bus One, guys, they have really good jokes.
We love you
We've
guys.
got the moms and the dad jokes. What do you say? That's hilarious.
This is
Oh
what
my
it's
God, I
about.
can't wait to tell my kids that tomorrow.
Thank you all for watching. Thanks all of our panelists for being here and spreading the love. Nicole, when are we going to be back to hang out with these amazing people one more time?
We are going to be back next Tuesday, March 21st, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have made this a regular, knock on wood, haven't missed a show yet. We have got all sorts of great stuff in store for all of you guys. Just wait, because there is truly so much more. And we cannot thank Tater, Alan, Shannon, Nathan, even Robert for coming out of the shadows.
Huge.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just to give, because we want to embarrass him just a hair or like really credit him, Robert is with us. He logs on before we even get on, and he is the last person to log off. He is the person that makes all of this technically possible. And he is always here every week, and you just don't get a chance to see him. So thanks for popping out and hanging out with us.
And
Thank you guys.
If there's
I'm
something I
glad that
need to
lured
know at one of the
Robert out of the
shows,
shadows with the bus talk. It's good to see Robert's face every once in a while
I know.
and acknowledge that he's part of Transworld Live too.
Yes.
We love him.
Exactly.
Producer
Alan,
Robert.
what were you saying?
I'll just say if I need to know something at one of the shows, I go find Robert and I ask him because he knows what's
Yeah.
going on.
He's the
He does.
oracle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The
Oracle.
Oracle.
The
I
Oracle.
love that.
I
Oh,
love
wow.
this.
Thank you guys.
All right.
I love it.
We love
Oh
you
my
guys.
gosh. Thank you guys all so much for being here. I cannot wait to see you guys all together in just a couple of weeks. Give big hugs and then start our bus wars. And then, you know, who knows what the future will hold for us at MHC. It might be midnight margaritas and it might be you guys all joining us for karaoke. Who knows?
We hope so.
Who knows?
Can't wait to see all of you on bus 3.
Yes, but cheers to everybody.
And we'll see you guys at a very minimum next Tuesday for
Can't
more
stand
breaking
Yes.
news.
I really just can't stand you right now.
We gotta go before this game.
I didn't